Here, welcome to the channel. We've got a fire lighter in with it. It's the 18th of December. The 18th. The 18th. Right. So, 18th of December it is. So we've got kindling. What is this? Yes. Yes, it's not MDF, it's kindling. Proper kindling. Oh, you know what I never did was clean the window. Oh, I keep forgetting. Well, I think I did do it maybe. I can't remember. Right, so this is kindling. We've got some paper, some fire lighter. So you're going to get paper. You can use paper to light a fire. And no, it doesn't go over people's cars. It's only stupid people that think that. And there is a lot of foliage and stuff blows around. Right, how's that going then? Could have done with cleaning that a bit more actually. Right, so 18th of December, we've got, at the bottom we've got still burning these things. I'll show you. Still burning these. Still burning. Still burning. Got them. Still burning them.
Intervene and politically challenge someone like Nigel Farage, I think would undermine their neutrality, and that's why I'm sceptical about the report, and I think it's unfair on the police, who did a damn good job in very difficult circumstances.
Do you know what I'd like to see, Michelle, is a newspaper article, rather than it saying police miss clues about dangers of far right, I would like to see an investigation into when did Keir Starmer and Yvette Cooper know the things that we've since discovered about the Southport atrocities, because when's that?
Shredded evidence to back up that assertion.
I haven't made an assertion. I've just said I'd like to see and invest. No,
you have.
Bill, I'm asking.
You're a very clever, educated.
I'm asking a question. When did people?
I was just checking to see if anybody was watching or videoing. Well, I know there have been, but so we're going to have to. It's probably going to become a police matter, I think. Yep. That's the way it's going.
Lost his life in prison. Do you think the police need to be more or less involved on social media?
You have to keep you have to watch what you're doing when you're getting to sort of opposing forces in the universe, let's say.
Has come dangerously close to being politicised, if not, some people would say actually being politicised.
That was actually a pallet that I kindled up. That wood there is split from, well, I don't know what it's made out of. Is it pine?
Well, you can march and protest if your Black Lives Matter, but you can't if you're a member of the white British majority, and there's a risk inherent. I think we can all sense it, whether we're on the left or the right,
So
that the police
we've got
are gradually being
fire lighters on there. I was hoping it'll go a bit quicker than what it has done.
in policing
Yeah.
people say on social media.
So I had it going most of last night. Of course, it's got a bit warmer lately, so. One of the main reasons I put it on the fire on yesterday was to heat my dry my clothes. I could have actually had them out the day, but of course putting clothes out in the winter is not brilliant, is it?
And I've not always been because at the very same time we've not sent to jail committed, we've not sent to jail people who have downloaded indecent images of children. We've released criminals onto the streets to make room for the so-called...
Yeah, it's all political. I was laughing about the Waspy thing. Because it should, well, obviously I know that Keir Starmer's a complete and utter pathological liar. But if you watch him saying like three years ago that he was going to support Waspy women, and how stupid it is, I'm laughing at it. Like I think it's funny, because I think it's funny how you would be so stupid as to listen. I mean, I fell for it with Boris Johnson. You know, when I fell for him a wee bit with his shit. Maybe I'm doing the same with Donald Trump just now. The reality is, politicians are always going to let you down. Always. You know, it doesn't matter who it is, they're always going to let you down. So, Keir Starmer doesn't give a shit about Waspy women. But he was happy to get their votes, so I'll get, you know, and then the other weirdos, women that he's got, that, was it Lorena or something? I mean, she looks like a total dumb, doesn't she? Like, I mean, this is just like diversity hire gone mad, isn't it? At one point, you needed to be a competent individual to get into politics. I mean, like Alex Salmond was a good example. He was a competent individual. You know, whether you like him or not, he was, you know, his verbal intelligence was high, and his, you know, the way that he did his thing was good. And I don't like the SNP, but he was a competent, clever, intelligent man, right? And why he pursued the SNP thing, who knows? But that, you know, he could have done a lot better if he'd, you know. But anyway, in the end, his heart gave up, and that was him, right? I think it was 69 or something. But some of these idiots that the Labour Party have got, well, the SNP as well, and so this thing that they were going to help the Waspy women. So Waspy women have been fucked over, but, you know, it's like, when you see them and you go, oh fuck, look at the state of them, you know? I mean, what is that? What age is that? I don't exactly know. They're older than me, aren't they? I think, so I'm in the weird situation where I'm legally a woman, but obviously I was male, so like, at that, you know, up until, I don't know how many years ago, a woman was able to retire at 60, which if I was a woman, right, then I'd be able to retire and get a pension in a year, you know, a year and a half from now. But obviously I'm not really thinking about it. I mean, I don't want to retire. And the thing is, it's okay saying that, but what happens if your health like collapses, you know? I mean, if I have something that happens to me, I have got health problems as it is, but I'm able to function and go about doing things. But if it gets worse, and what they're worried with me is that you know, I don't even want to say this, but I could say it, like, you know, I've got high blood pressure, and they're worried that I'm going to have a stroke or something, right? So it's not unusual for somebody my age to have one, and that would mean that I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing, you know, I wouldn't be able to work or do the things that I do. and so I have a lot to be able to do about that, is there? But hopefully that won't happen. But I mean, I really should. I mean, I try to keep myself active and exercise and stuff. But I need to go up to the doctors in the morning actually, because I'm supposed to go up there for a blood pressure thing. So, what am I talking about? Aye, the Waspy women. Aye, they get fucked over. Everybody gets fucked over. But they're in that thing when they put the retirement age right up. You know. I mean, what is it now? 67 or something. So I'm not even thinking about it. It's like, well, for me that's 8.5 years. Like, you know, it's, yeah, well, it's nearly 9 years for me. So I'm going to retire. If I'm still capable, I'll just carry on doing the things that I do. But yeah, that's right, I might not be. So I might not even be here. I might be dead. Who knows? The chances of getting a retirement now are getting harder, aren't they? Well, we are living longer, but there's less chance of you actually reaching that milestone. Hang on a second.
Passed down through generations of our family. We take prime cuts of grass-fed Silverside UK and Irish beef and marinate it in traditional spices. Using time-honored techniques, we produce deliciously tender and tasty snacks, bursting with natural protein and low in carbs.
Visit RagingBullSnacks.com and enjoy 10% off your first order.
Raging Bull Snacks, made without compromise. John Fitch Computers, John speaking. Tech support. Coffee, John? Thanks, John. How's the slide looking, John? Yeah? All good, John? Nice work, John. Secure, John? John.
You're right, John.
John Finch Computers. It's not just John.
Hello there, Michelle Dewberry giving you company until 7 o'clock here on Dukes and Co alongside me, Matt Goodwin and Bill Rammell. Lots of people have got in touch with me about this WASPy thing. One of my viewers on Twitter says, can you ask Bill, if we've not got any money or enough money, how come we are still able to contribute to whether it's foreign wars, foreign aid and so on?
Because spending money on foreign aid actually helps us. If you take the example of the money the government just committed to the deal with Iraq, that will help to shore up the borders in Iraq and stop illegal migrants coming to this country.
Right.
It's a matter of
I'm just checking.
Well,
Well, looks like it's going. So what we'll do now, I'll get the heat going with these things, and then the biomass things, and then we'll then start putting some of the other stuff on. So it's going to be brilliant now that I've started building the log store. I'll be able to get some of it stacked away tomorrow. Hey, get the pallets looked out. Tomorrow morning I'm going to have to start moving the wood out of the way and getting the thing set up properly. Get the pallets down, get the thing finished. I'll be able to do it in the daylight. And it's tomorrow's Thursday, isn't it? So that'll get proper, a proper drying area for the timber, for the wood. I'll get some felt for the roof of it.
£10.4 million now for the WASPy wing.
I'm saying I would prioritise that, Matt, if you ring up. I'm saying I would much rather us generally prioritise issues that are relating to our national community.
They could actually end the net zero nonsense, couldn't they? I mean, that's the crazy thing, the net zero thing. I mean, if they could give the WASPy women their money, no problem. Because they didn't plan properly for the retirement. Because they were in that transition period when they put the retirement age up, and I'm in like way beyond that. I'm not. I mean, you've got to use your brains, haven't you? One thing you've got never ever fucking believe the government. It's unbelievable how people do that. Politicians and government are liars. They're worse than they ever were. Why could you sit there and go, oh, they'll look after us? No, they won't. They'll destroy you. You're going to end up freezing to death, 67-year-old. You've got, sitting there, scared. You're not allowed to use a log burner because some green communist says that particles are coming out. And they've got you tied into this electric air source heat pump that's not going to work when there's a blizzard. You're going to freeze to death. And you can't get in your electric car because it's going to, the battery will fail in the blizzard. Don't trust the government, don't believe their shit. And the worst of it is these numpties that are actually using that legislation against fellow citizens. They are despicable. And I hope they get what they deserve. I really do. Anyway, the fire's going now, so. Well, actually typically happens, and sorry if it cuts out, the heat gets to it and it conks out because it doesn't like heat, the phone doesn't like heat, so it's getting to that point now. I'm going to get another thing you put on it. So that's the plan, is to use this here, that's getting hot. Use it. It is a bit messy, this stuff, but like, sawdust sort of thing. But you really need to try and get on with people, and some people you just can't get on with, you know, and that's what's happened. They're just, because they're so selfish, it's incredible. Everything that all their needs have to be met. See, that smells quite a bit. I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe it was the. Well, yeah, it's a wee bit. Yeah, when you get individuals who are just hell bent on everything has to suit them, it's a mental disorder, you know. And then they actually come out. They tell every time you see them, they're wanting you to do something that they're not happy about. And I never do that. I never do that to people. Well, obviously I'll have to do it in a retaliatory fashion, but I'm not really that type that goes complaining about things. Live and let live. If you start complaining about things, it causes so much hassle. That's what happened when I lived, you know, the last place. Like, you have to watch, like, bairns kick balls. That's fine. You know, that's normal, and they go through that phase. So you don't ever complain about that. Or children, they've got to grow up and they've got to enjoy their life. So you don't want to be complaining about children unless they're actually climbing on top of your house or something. That's different. Or, you know, damaging. It all depends where you live, but that's not a problem. But there's all sorts of different difficulties. There's noise. So it doesn't matter where you live. There'll be some numpty will cause trouble. And fences. You know, I've had that. I've had the fence problem. Do you know the worst thing that happened was that bastard actually went away. I'm not going to say who it was. He complained about the fence, and when I arranged for a contractor, he went away with the materials from that fence. You wouldn't believe that, would you? That's absolute. I've never seen. That is actually unbelievable. That's a thieving bastard. An absolute thief. But he did it in a surreptitious way, where it was out in front. It was like abusive behaviour. It was kind of like, and he took advantage of the contractor, who also was caught out by the strange behaviour. And I'm not saying who it was, obviously, but the strange behaviour was it was theft, but it wasn't a theft. It was definitely underhand and sneaky, but out in the open, it was like it demonstrated a total and complete disregard for the person that he was dealing with, or the people. It was quite amazing, and it was pathetic. It was pathetic. That was the funny part of it. That it was pathetic because you're looking at £35 worth of material or something, you know, or well, I don't exactly know, because he did this deal with my contractor. So I don't actually know, so I'm not happy with the two of them, obviously. So these things happen in life, and you've got to be ready for them, and I wasn't ready for it. I didn't realise he was like that, and that's how you find out, by definition, how you find out about people, eh? But I would say that was a rat manoeuvre. That's probably one of the worst I've ever seen, actually. And even though the actual